Hello, everyone, and welcome to The Pulp, your go-to podcast for staying connected, informed, and inspired at work. Today, I'm your solo host, Maddie Bonikowski. We have a jam-packed episode with 2 guest interviews today. First up is Casey from BW Papersystems. He is here to talk about our latest breakthrough with the Falcon machine here in Appleton. And then we're going to share a chat we had with Jouko from Dolea. Dolea is our partner for straw machine coating solutions. And then to cap it off, we're going to talk about some March Madness fun, see who our team members think is going to win it all, be the biggest upset, and more. So stay tuned. All right, so we have Casey here from BW Papersystems now to talk about the Falcon machine that we have here in Appleton. So welcome, Casey.
Thank you for having me, Maddie.
Perfect. To kick things off, could you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about what you do at BW Papersystems?
Sure, Maddie. So my name is Casey Lenz. I am the Director of Sales for North America, Central America, and Latin America for our white paper products. White paper products are folio sheeters, cut-size sheeters, web-fed die cutters, cut-size packaging equipment, and all the associated upgrades that will come along with that. I've been with the business for about 20 years. I started off in folio sheeting installations and support. I worked my way up through sales and into manufacturing leadership, and now I'm back into sales because I truly enjoy helping customers and meeting new people every day. So
that's great. You've gotten to see a wide variety there. All right, so we're going to jump right into our first question for you. So we have the Falcon here in Appleton. Mm-hmm. It's really a game changer. So I just want to know what inspired BW Papersystems to develop the Falcon, and how did your team bring that vision to life?
Mm-hmm. So we, as BW Papersystems, never played in Asia in the mill market. In these mills, they put a new paper machine about every 1 to 2 years, and these paper machines will produce 500 to 1 million tons of new folding carton board into the market. So when we developed the Falcon sheeter, we realized that we had a solution that would fit these products, these mill projects in Asia. So the BW Papersystems knife technology has always been the pinnacle of cutting performance for folding carton boards. We've been superior to everybody for the last 40 years, since about 1982. We decided to take that technology and build a machine that really fits the larger markets, the wider machines, and these large mill projects that we have in Asia. So as we've learned, and as board has changed over the last 40 years almost, our knife and how it intersects with the paper, we can actually cut multiple webs of these materials better than any of our competition. So what we end up doing is we can actually build a machine that can cut 8 machines production with 4 machines. So, question? Sorry.
Yes, so can you explain the cut quality difference there? So what makes the BW Papersystems Mark knife unique there?
Thank you for asking. So on a traditional knife, you'll have a center shaft that goes across the machine and 2 rotating shafts with a blade on them, okay? So these heavy shafts, they're about 2,000 pounds, they'll weigh each. They're rotating at a speed, and they have a specific rigidity that cuts when it contacts the paper. The bad thing is when you go nice and wide, you actually have issues with deflection. We call it a hoop deflection and vibration, that other people struggle to run the speeds that we do with the quality that we do. Okay, so our design has a fixed center shaft with a rotating shell. So there are multiple bearings supporting it across, and our knife blades are they're mounted at a very different angle than everybody else's, with a different intersect point. So what we can do is we can cut 1,000 GSM without issue at the same speed or better than the competition, and our competition sits at about the 600 GSM, or grams per square meter, if you're not knowing that one.
So no, that's a big difference. That's important to point out there. Very cool. Yeah, well, we're excited that you guys chose Procon to trial this. Well, we have it, so not just trial, but we're excited that you allowed Procon the opportunity to use this machine. Mm-hmm. Can you highlight 1 or 2 innovative features of the Falcon that set it apart from previous machines in our industry? I know you just talked about the knife and how all of that works. Was there anything else you'd like to share?
Yep. So the knife is standard on all of our machines. So even your Sheet Wizard machines will have that knife.
Okay.
But the nice thing about your Falcon is we designed it with 2 high-speed splicers to be running 2 webs all the time. Okay. And we have this cool high-speed discharge module. So we call it continuous discharge. That high-speed discharge module allows us to be running at a constant speed while discharging the next load. And then the high-speed splicers are constantly feeding paper. So your overall equipment efficiency, or OEE as most people would know it, on a traditional sheeter is about 62% max achievable. And on a Falcon, you're at about 92% max achievable operational efficiency, or over 8. Yep.
Wow, that really it gives us the opportunity to get our products out a lot faster to our customers, reducing that lag time with the splicing and the discharge. It's an awesome advancement in the technology. So what were some of the key hurdles that you faced during the development process of creating the Falcon, and how did you overcome them?
There were many. And thank you, by the way, anybody from Procon here, thank you for being our partner on this. It has been an amazing opportunity for us. So one of the key factors that we went through when we sold a 10-machine project into Indonesia, we looked for a partner here to help us make sure that we had all the details ironed out before we built 10 of them and sent them, a few thousand miles away. The part of that contract for Indonesia, we had to supply a specific amount of scope. It was a percentage of the contract had to come from China to allow them to help, we'll say, manage tax load. Okay. So all of our initial quotes came back and they were much, much lower than our costs were. And we're all excited. This is actually going to be a good project. And as we got into their manufacturing practices and their engineering practices versus ours, we found that building in China with a U.S. design machine with, the right safety factors there, the right weld thickness, the right back cuts on everything, the right coatings, was actually more expensive to build these products in China, the same design than we would have built here.
Really?
So
that's very interesting. You usually hear, it's cheaper to outsource to China or countries over there, but when you add in all those requirements to make your quality what it's known to be, that adds up. Oh, very interesting. Thank you for sharing that. All right, Casey, what made BW Papersystems select Procon to pilot the Falcon?
Besides that you're awesome.
Well, thank you.
Okay. So as we built this idea, let's partner with somebody local, we thought about Procon, and Procon has had our machines through multiple facilities for as long as I've been here. Okay, they've been a great partner. They've been wonderful to work with. They always give us healthy feedback. Hey, I'm watching the machine. This is happening. What if you did this? And then we were able to gently tweak our machines to make them better. And then really somebody that can handle the volume. Okay, so the machine that you guys have will produce upwards of 250 tons of paper in a 24-hour period.
Wow.
Okay. A small shop's not going to be able to support that, just the logistics of getting paper in, having the rod operators, the right wrapping technology to get it out the door. It had to be somebody big. And then really location. So if you look on a map, you've got Phillips, Wisconsin here. I got to do it for the camera on that side. You've got Sheboygan, Wisconsin. That's our 2 manufacturing sites. And then we have Madison, Wisconsin, an engineering site. And where are you guys?
Right in the middle.
Perfect. Perfect. And then just really working with the people. Jeff Carew and Dan Curtin have been amazing to work with, as well as Martin Rothy, really helping us bring this whole thing to fruition. So I do appreciate the opportunity. It was amazing for us.
Good. Well, I know we're excited to have that machine in our facility, and our operators, I think they really like the technology with the splicing and the discharge and just how fast that makes us work. I asked one of our employees which machine was their favorite, and they did say it was the Falcon, so they really liked it. It kept them busy and just very fast-paced, which is helpful. You don't want a slower day. Slow machine, slow day doesn't go very well, but the speed of that was exciting to our employees, and they liked the challenge.
Yep, and the automation. So
yes,
I talked to Martin Rothy some time back, and he said that they've always put their newer operators on this machine because the machine does all the work for them. Right, so they have to load rolls and take pallets away, so it's a little simpler. And then, we did change the HMI quite a bit. human machine interface.
Okay,
Yep,
I didn't
yeah,
know what that
I
was.
saw the look. I saw the look. So we changed the HMI quite a bit. So it was built for a operator replicating like an iPhone or an Android-based
Okay.
image rather than the old engineer screen that had 5 times too much information on it.
Sure, so nice and user-friendly, easy to learn. Good. Very interesting. Casey, as we look to the future, how do you see the Falcon impacting the industry in the coming years?
Okay. Well, I'm excited about this question. Okay. So I didn't tell you before, like I have a passion for helping create things and then helping customers make more money. And then sales is really simple. Okay. You help somebody make more money, they're happy, they buy more machines, right?
Yep.
Pretty simple thing. So now that I'm back in that seat on the bus, we're actually working with some mills, I can't say names or number, in Latin America. Some of these mills have 16 sheeters side by side in one converting area. Okay.
Wow, that's a lot of space.
We can now help that customer reduce their total cost of ownership for maintenance on their machines, reduce their total footprint, and increase their throughput by, we could probably replace that with 7 machines, maybe 8, depending on their order run. So our team right now has a full strategy all the way through to help that customer understand their return on investment with commitments on achieving their return on investment to really launch the thing in the market. So now that your machine is running at great performance, we have 7 of the 10 are accepted in Asia. We're just really excited to have that launch, and now it's my responsibility to have that strategy. Is how do we communicate with customers? How do we drive that idea, and then help them with their final result? It's really exciting for me. I'm glad to be a part of it.
Yeah, I believe it. It's exciting to help move those companies forward and help see them succeed.
And yours.
Yes, ours
and
too.
Yours,
yeah.
right?
We're excited too. Yeah, it's definitely helped us with that speed and allows us to do those quick turn orders that we so often see, and that's one of our specialties. All right, Casey, do you have anything else you'd like to share with us for our employees to hear?
Of course. I do want to thank Louis. I can't pronounce your last name. I'm sorry, Louis. Jim Alberts, thank you for all your help working through some of the maintenance things and really helping us detail the machine. And Chad Spearing. So Louis and Chad really helped us with a lot of the runnability things on the machine, little tiny tweaks here and there. And they were our eyes on the machine day in and day out that said, hey, I saw it do this on Sunday night at 8 o'clock. This is what I think needs to be corrected. And it was fun working for them. They're all in my cell phone, and I text them. It was nice to build that partnership with them. Super excited for Procon to have a machine that will say destroy any other machine's productivity in the industry, right? So that should help you guys with profitability and removing orders from the competition. Excited for that, and then we still have an R&D partnership as well. So as we're learning and we're growing more, you guys have agreed to be the first to get our upgrades and improvements and tweaks on it. So we're excited for that as well. Yeah. So, and then we're just super excited that our final result was a positive one for your business. So when I got this request from Martin, and we talked about doing press releases and really driving that machine, that was a signal to me, and it hit my heart hard. Like, it's working for them. What we sold was it was the right thing for them. So we're super excited to see what you guys do with it in your business.
I know, like you mentioned, Chad, Jim, and Louis. I think I'm biased, I know, of course, but we do have a pretty good team here, and I'm glad that we have this positive partnership with you and can continue this moving forward. So, again, I just wanted to thank you, Casey, for joining us. And everyone, if you haven't checked out our Falcon here in Appleton, you should give it a look. And I'm guessing you guys have information about it on your website that people could look at as well. If you're not in our Appleton location but want to see what it looks like and how it functions, you can head on over to their website. All right. Thanks, Casey.
Well, thank you for having me, Maddie.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks. Ciao.
All right, welcome back to the podcast, The Pulp. Here we have Jouko with us from Dolea Straws. Yoko's here to tell us a little bit about Dolea, the straw technology, how they're working with Procon, and exciting updates that we can share. So Jouko, do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Yes, thank you, Maddie, very much. Pleasure to be here. So yes, my name is Jouko Masalo, and I'm working for Dolea as a CEO, and really inspired towards this cooperation with Procon that we are doing at the moment. So pleasure to meet you all.
Great to have you. All right, we're just going to jump in right ahead. Can you tell us a little bit about Dolea, what you guys are working on, and how Procon is working to help you with your goals?
Yes, thank you very much. Very much likely. So the Dolea is a technology company providing paper straw manufacturing equipment and paper straws. And we are a Finnish company. We have our headquarters in Finland. And then we have subsidiaries in Switzerland, India, and USA at the moment. Dolea was established 2019. And really what we are doing the straws that are using patented heat sealing technology, which is different from the traditional spiral straws where paper layers are glued together. So this technology has been developed over the last 5-6 years to the robust level to serve the paper straw market demands today. And what comes to the cooperation with Procon, so Dolea is expanding its business now to US market, and then obviously we need a partner in US. And what comes to Procon, Procon has lots of material knowledge, manufacturing capability, and that is the reason why we see the Procon to be a perfect match for to partner with.
Awesome. Well, we're excited to partner with you as well. So you mentioned that the straws, so it's heat sealed instead of the typical glue. So that's eliminating those contaminants that you have in the glue, right?
Exactly.
Perfect. That's great. I am excited about that technology. Jouko, what would you say makes Dolea's technology stand out?
Yeah, if if you look at our straws, so like said, our straws comes without glue. Then one other nice feature is the printability, because the way the straw has been manufactured, it allows the printing along the whole, the seamless printing along the whole straw. And top of that, we use less material to produce the straws than the traditional spiral straws. So definitely, and what that means in practice. So the customer experience. What comes to that, there's no taste or smell of paper. How we produce the straws, they are more safe. Then the robustness, you only need basically one straw to finish your drink. In many cases, what comes to these traditional straws, you need to use 2 or 3 straws with the one drink. Right. Printability, I already mentioned. And then it is fully recyclable in the existing ecosystem and infrastructure. So all that put together, that really makes it unique, and I would say superior in the paper straw market.
Yeah, I think that the printability is really unique. And I've seen some samples that we've had here, and you can print multiple colors. You have different designs that you can do, so you can really customize that. And I think that's huge for the market that's out there today. Yeah, and then definitely. Everyone knows, I think that there's a lot of hesitation from people regarding paper straws, and you have that previous mindset of them disintegrating super fast in your straws, and that is not the case with these. And so that's also very exciting for us.
Exactly.
All right. Have there been any recent technological advancements that have resulted in improvements or innovations to the products?
No, I mean, of course, we are developing the straws all the time, and to meet the latest let's say requirements from the market, what comes from the regulations and so forth. So that is what we are doing all the time, and then we are developing exactly these things together with Procon, and we are looking forward to get our very latest product out in some few months time with Procon. So that is basically the thing. But currently, already the products, like said, meets very well the requirements in that sense in the market.
Awesome. Yeah, it is very exciting. We're seeing those straws starting to come out now. And I've told our other locations across the US that we'll be sending samples out so they can give us some feedback and try them out themselves. So we're still waiting. We'll send them out soon, I promise.
Yes, very much. Very great.
Looking ahead, I mean, you kind of mentioned this already, but are there any future developments or trends in straws or coating technology that you're most excited about?
No, yeah, I mean, looking these new materials that we are developing together with Procon, I think that is something that I'm really looking forward to come out, and I don't want to go in details at this point, but we will for sure announce the details later on once the product is out in the market.
Perfect. Yeah, that's very exciting. We're looking forward to it. Is there anything else, Jouko, that you would like to share with us about Dolea or straws or anything?
No, I mean, these straws that we are now coming up, and this printability and the branding, what you can do with the straws, I think it will change the straw market quite a bit, because this is excellent platform to the customers, brand owners, thinking how much eye time you can get from the consumers, and all that what you can do with the straw. So in that sense, I think this is something unique what we are bringing to the market at the moment.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of opportunity for growth in this area. So very exciting. All right. Well, thank you so much, Jouko, for joining us here on the podcast. I'm sure everyone will enjoy listening to our latest technologies and how you're partnering with Procon.
Hey, my pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Before we wrap up this episode, we're going to talk a little bit about March Madness. So a survey was sent out earlier this week, and I'm going to share some of the responses that we got. So mostly Appleton completed the survey. Totally fine. Love to see more participation from some of our other locations. But a lot of the respondents said that they have casual knowledge of basketball. They know some of the names and some of the schools. When I asked who was going to win it all, I had a split response for Duke and Florida. Both were tied to win 31% each. Then I asked which team that is lower seed was going to be a big upset. And 20% said McNeese, and 15% said Drake. McNeese is interesting because I'm filming this today on Friday, March 21st, and McNeese did pull off a big upset yesterday. So if you got your response in before then, you were right. If not, you cheated. Just kidding. All right, then we asked which top seed was going to be eliminated early. 31% said Auburn was going to get eliminated earlier on than expected. So that's interesting. We'll have to watch and see how that comes out. 20% said Kentucky, and 12% said Florida. And there were some other smaller teams in there as well. I asked how most people fill out their brackets, and most of our respondents said they fill it out by gut. Some said they do lots of research. Others said they pick it by the team mascot or the colors of the team. 61% said they do a bracket every year. The favorite part about March Madness, 50% said they love watching buzzer beaters and crazy upsets, and 39% said they like filling out a bracket and seeing how it does. I'm sure some of that also is competitive side of people coming out and trying to beat their significant other or their family or their coworkers in that bracket as well. It's always fun to see and just be like, yeah, I got that one, you didn't, and enjoy that fun. So, all right, that was all I had for March Madness, but I did want to share that March Madness, just basketball in general, it's a game of teamwork and strategy, and that can play a role in what we do here at work, too. It's all about communication, trust, adaptability, and execution. So we can learn a little bit from basketball while we enjoy this fun March Madness time as well. All right, I just want to thank Casey and Jouko for coming in and sharing their insights, from the engineering feats behind the Falcon to the innovative straw solutions and a little bit of March Madness fun there at the end. For our listeners, be sure to check out BW Papersystems Falcon machine here in Appleton and the Cutting Edge Solutions with Vireo Coatings partnership with Dolea. We hope you enjoyed this episode of The Pulp as much as we did. Until next time, stay safe, stay curious, and keep making Procon great.